today's video, I'm going to do a basic start to finish on how to solo mine in 3.19. I got a few requests on like a beginner's guide, so I think this would be a good time to make a video considering all the changes that have happened. So 3.19.1 is around the corner, and I hope some new players get into mining. It's fun, it's awesome, it's my favorite game loop so far, and yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy it, and good luck. To start things off, you're going to want to choose a server, right? I have a big friends list so that I can pretty much use them as a server browser. Find the one I like, low pop, and I jump into it. And then I test the server. I like to do a little water check, right? It's kind of check server stability and how it's going to be while mining. So you'll see right here, I put it in my hand, drink it. You'll see the bar, how the bar moves. If the bar is rubber banding a lot, then you know the server is going to be pretty trash and stable, and right here it works pretty good, so I'm going to go forward and mine on the server.
Man, I like your haircut. Wanna make out?
I'm beautiful.
Yeah, you're.
What's up with your face?
What do you mean? What's up with my face, man? I'll show you how big my Millennium Falcon is, alright?
Heading to the ASOF terminal next. Don't be surprised if you get sidetracked by the local wildlife. Just remember, you need to put on a helmet. Do not forget your helmet. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our vehicle loadout manager. You want to select your mole. And you want to upgrade your quantum drive as soon as you can. I think I got the Crossfield. As for which laser and module, I put 3 loadouts on screen. I always run the Helix 2, the Impact 2, and the Klein or the Hofstede. Now, right now the Helix 2 is a wicked bug, so, you know, it's iffy, but it's pretty necessary to break the biggest rocks. Each of those loadouts can handle big rocks and small, super unstable rocks, so just try them out, see what you like. What's on the screen now are ore locations, spawn chances, and the price of refinery rate on different ores. This is all provided by Red Monster, so if you haven't yet, check him out. You definitely want to remember the prices and value of the tier 1 and tier 2 ores, so when you're out looking, you come back with the most profit. By this point, you should have retrieved your ship. Okay, you're going to want to check your inventory and put in a gadget like the Severe gadget's my favorite for cracking the biggest rocks. You're going to bring some modules, you're going to bring some drinks, you're going to bring all that so you have it on hand. Maybe even an extra helmet can help, because you never know when you get on your ship you don't have a helmet. It happens all the time. And while you're in the hangar, plot a course, set it to go to a planet or a moon, wherever you're trying to go. I'm choosing Crusader right now, and I believe I'm going to jump to Yellow. Yeah, see, it's not allowing me to, so I just go straight to Crusader, and then I'll jump over to Yellow from there. But you definitely want to set the course before you go. You never know if you're being followed or something. So it's good to just get out as fast as you can. Just look at the spot, press your quantum button, quantum over. It doesn't really matter where you go. The ores are kind of randomized, but there's better locations than others. The dotted lines on the quantum points on the planet means it's on the opposite side of the planet, right? So you gotta jump around the planet to get to it. You can choose day or night by kind of looking at which side's lit up. And some people enjoy night mining. Some people like to do it on the light side, so that's completely up to you, your choice. Once I arrive to my location, I do a 180, put my speedometer to 300, and then I set my ping angle to 180 and I start scanning. To keep it simple, you're looking for a high RS signature, and that's going to determine the size of the cluster. It's going to determine how many boulders or rocks are there. Skip anything that's 5,000 that's popping up close to you within 5,000 meters. You want something that pops up at like past 6,000, past 7,000. You're going to drop your ping angle to 2 and you're going to scan it. Once you do that, it will reveal the boulder, if it's a boulder or a gem. Most, if you do it right, it's going to be a boulder. And then you're going to drop your ping angle to 2 or to 11, something like that. Fly to it. Keep that speed low. Don't fly directly at it. And then once you get to about 500 meters to it, now you're able to actually scan the rocks. Also, what you're looking for is a high RS signature number, like 10,000, 9,000, 15,000. That's going to determine how many boulders and what type are there. So the more the better. There's a long-standing bug with the mole where when you go down the main ladder to go to your mining laser, you can fall out of the ship. So to mitigate that from happening, you need to set a keybind for open all doors and do that before you even begin mining. Shooting rocks with your lasers when you're flying at them tends to wake them up. So sometimes they're not scannable, but I notice when you shoot them, they're scannable now. So it can make rocks that don't work, all of a sudden work for you. So try shooting them. If they don't wake up, in a few seconds, just like 10, 15 seconds, get out of there and go find another cluster. Okay, so I found 2 rocks that I'm interested in. So what I'm going to do now, I scanned all the rocks. I'm going to now focus on those 2. I know that's my target. The Quantanium is going to be at the end, of course, because once you extract the Quantanium, your timer starts and you've got to get out of Dodge. So I'm going to start on this rock right here. Now you're going to want to position your front laser at the rock. You want to look above the rock because your lasers are down lower. And I noticed positioning about 50 meters or so from it, your front laser will be about 30 meters away, which for the Helix 2 is optimal range if it's on your front laser. But if it's on your right laser, you're going to have to figure out your ranges.
Now with the 3.19.1 update, instead of just guessing where to press, you press on that little panel, the far left button, to turn on the laser. It works on both the middle and the side lasers, just like for the panel.
The Helix is the powerful laser that's going to break the big rock, right? But little did I know we're going to encounter this very, very common bug right now in 3.19 that makes it so you pretty much can't break a rock, or you think you can't break it. You'll start working on it, it won't charge up right. The instability resistance is doing some weird math and it's making it impossible. So as you can see right here, I'm not getting any charge, right? And the Helix 2 with the surge module, the XTR, and the 2 surges, this thing has over 4,000 power already. It should be able to blast through it. And it's still, I can't find a green zone, can't hit it. It's just not working. I even hit it with a couple surge modules just to see, and as you can tell, it doesn't do anything. It's barely moving. There's no way you could break that, even with the surges. I mean, you could probably use all your surges and get it done, but there's a better way.
With 3.19.1, a couple things got fixed and worked on. The instability isn't as much of a problem anymore. That weird bug, that math bug I was talking about, you might still encounter it, but it's not as bad as it was before. It's more reliable when you're mining to know what size rocks you can hit, and the surge bug still exists, and I assume it's the same with the Stampede. I need to do further testing, but I still drop power when I pop the surge, when it should be the opposite. So that still exists, so watch out for surges. And the final and potentially best fix is that now you won't lose your modules if you're in the optimal range.
Now we're actually going to head off and go over to the impact, which I have on the opposite side of the ship. And we're going to see what kind of charge it gets with the impact. Sometimes the impact works when the Helix isn't, so it's kind of, for me, nice to try the different ones, and sometimes you can fix the bug somehow, or time and changing resistances and instabilities with your lasers kind of can fix the rock. And as you see here, I hit it with a surge, and it's going up much faster than the Helix did, and it shouldn't, because the power differential with the Helix, it's way more power. So this is a bug they're fixing currently. And 3.19.1 shouldn't have this bug. They've talked about it. So hopefully, they fix it. But so I'm just working on it, and I'm having trouble still with the surge. I ran out of my last surge. I didn't realize I should have put a better new module on the ship. Should have repaired the ship or something at the hangar. So back over to the Helix. Gonna try again. See if it's any different now. So I'm going to start on the spot that was lighting up green on the impact. Then see, you can tell already it's working now. It's something's changed in it. It's getting me some charge. Now at this point, I'm not using a surge because there's another bug where you can hit the surge and it will just drop it. It has to do with the instability. It will just drop your power all the way down. And then as soon as the surge runs out, your power starts going up again. Doesn't make any sense, but it happens all the time. So sometimes when you got something good going and it's growing, just leave it. Let it go. Now as you can see, we were able to break the rock, the main break. It's the hardest break. Got all the pieces and start to realize that you can also get the same instability problems on the small rocks. Now they're easier to deal with because, them being way less mass, it's not gonna, the hardest part about breaking an unstable rock like the big one is you don't have enough power, that's normally the issue, even though you technically should on paper. So when you come across those problems on the small rocks, you just work on them, switch lasers, try different things. It's not worth wasting your time if you can just get on a different laser and make it work. So as you can see, it's much easier on this one. It's not as bad, it's not jumping as crazy. So I'm just gonna feather it. It doesn't take much power. It's a powerful laser I got on right here. It's the impact. And just break it. Try not to get any red zone. Red zone can just destroy you. You want to stay in the optimal range. You don't want to get too close when you're breaking a rock. Nothing below 30. But even if you're in the optimal range, don't be surprised if you break a rock and lose your modules. So right now, I'm just searching the rock, seeing the biggest pieces. I want the most Bexlite I can get. So obviously, you want to prioritize that, break it all up, and extract out the biggest pieces you can. And right now, I know I got that Quantanium over there, so I'm trying to get the big chunks, just as much as I can get without getting tons of inert materials or aluminum or any other junk. I'm going to reposition and go to the Quantanium rock. Now before I even start mining the rock, I want to set my quantum back to my home base, which is Crew L1 in this scenario. And because once you extract up the rocks, you're going to end up needing to get out of there. You have a 25-minute timer once you extract. You can do that anytime you're in the driver's seat. You can do it right before you leave, but I like to just do it to have it done. So as soon as I get up in the air, I'm good. Once again, I'm working on the quant right now with the impact laser. It tends to work pretty well. Just gonna break it up, and you do not want to extract anything until you have it all broken up and you're ready to go. So the impact has a pretty high extraction rate, which I love about it. It picks it up quick, but the timer's so big now it really isn't a problem. But once you scan all the rocks, that's what I like. I realize I'm gonna take it all at this point, but I still like to scan it all. Sometimes you'll find a huge quantanium rock, you find something huge. You want to scan the piece to find out what's good so you can just, scoop up what you need. Right here, I end up taking it all. I had enough room in the mole. I actually misjudged how much, so that's my total right there. I misjudged. I could have taken 20 SCU more, but we're good. We're gonna leave. And now we have a timer, 25-minute timer. More like 20, probably 22 at this moment. And we got to get back to the refinery. It's very important you are very careful with flying when you have a load of quantanium. You do not want to crash. You don't want to bump anything. So it's actually scary when right now you're seeing a lot of ships out front of hangars, blocking the hangars, blocking your way in, little debris all around. You want to avoid it as much as you possibly can. Very important, because if you scrape it, it'll drop your timer, or it could just bug out and blow you up, and you just lost all that. So, something to keep in mind. Watch your speeds. Don't go too fast. Aim away from the station, but fly towards it. So if you pass it, worst case scenario, you fly past it. You don't blow up and crash into the wall or something, So, you call ATC. Take your speeds down. I like dropping it all the way down to the safe zone, like 100 meters per second. Then just, take your time, go slow. No point in you just spending all that time mining just to crash and lose it all. And I was lucky right here, no debris, everything's good. One more thing here, I usually like to repair, refuel, rearm my ship when I land, even with the mole, even with it full of gear, unless it's quantanium or something with a timer, or if the stable is pretty unstable, I won't do it. Right here, I ended up not doing it.
Landing complete.
Alright, now make sure you shut your ship down completely, not just your engines off, the whole thing down. It eliminates a lot of potential bugs that can happen to you. So we're just going to head down, backwards off the ladder again, and then I'm going to go through the side door and drop out to save a little time. You can just drop out that laser port, and you're good. Now obviously we want to store our ship.
Welcome
Since there's
to the
quantanium on
ASOC
board,
vehicle retrieval
the
system.
faster the better. It will stop the timer, and then we're going to head down to refinery. That's where you're going to turn it all in and set up a work order to make some money on it. Now this kiosk here is what you use to refine it, but to see a quick estimate of how much money you're going to get, go to this little ore sales one. You choose your ship, and double that number. It's going to be a little more than double, but it's going to be around that. That's what your order is potentially worth. So right there would be, what, 310,000 or so. So you're going to go back to this, you're going to change it and set your work order to the mole, set up your order, and then you choose one of the refinement methods. I always choose Ferrin. It's kind of a good mix. It's one of the best ones. I choose the Bexolite only and the Quantanium only. That's all I want to refine. And it tells me right there it's going to cost me 27,000 in 18 hours until it's complete. And then you're going to go back to mining and start the process over again. You want to stack up refinement orders so you can take them in one trip to a TDD like Arcorp or on Orison or Microtech or Lorville. So to finish it all off, here I am. I'm on Area 18 TDD, and I'm selling off probably 8 orders or so. I like to keep a refinement logbook so I can see how much money I've made, how much I've refined, how long it took me, that kind of thing. And as you see here, this is a pretty big load. It's pretty good. It was probably half full, a C2 half full of cargo. Now, I would say if you focus on Tier 1 and Tier 2, and then fill up with, things like agricium, hephaestonite, laranite, or borates, especially borates, you have easy potential to make at least 300,000 per run. It can equate to 500, 600,000 an hour. I've gotten a lot more, and I've gotten a little less. Usually, I've never gotten less than 250 or so per run. So you can kind of judge yourself, time yourself, and see how much you can bring in a half hour. It's a big process to get out there and start. That's why I try to always focus on getting at least one good tier 1 rock and then fill it up with borates or fill it up with some, smaller rocks that are bexylite or terranite or gold. But I actually focus on terranite and bexylite, and that's why I'm over there on Yella and Selin. And that's that, And you can see right here how much I've made. So it was a pretty sizable haul. And that's what you can expect from saving up 6, 7, 8 runs. If you like the video, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I plan to put out a lot more content, but you can find me streaming on YouTube every night around 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope to see you there, and have a great day.